welcome to Nerd on Nerd with me, Jack Kempster.
And me, Liam Underwood. And in this episode, we're going to be talking all about Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a PlayStation exclusive, I believe, Jack.
I think it is, Liam, yeah.
So that's exciting. Buckle in if you want to hear us talk about that. But if you don't worry, we've got other things to talk about before we get to that. Like catching up with Jack and Liam. That's something we talk about.
It is. I want to take issue with you, Liam.
Oh, here we go. So we're not even a minute in.
In the last 2 episodes, you've been very mean to catching up with Jack and Liam.
Have I?
Yeah. I think 2 episodes ago, you said the part of the show that no one likes.
Yeah.
And I think last episode you said that part of the show. You've gone from it being your favourite part of the show to a bit that you don't care about anymore. And I feel like you could at least pretend, Liam.
Well, but do you remember why that changed? Because you pointed out, when I kept saying it was my favourite part, you pointed out that was wrong and you don't think it is my favourite part, but the cinema part is my favourite, which we used to lump in with catching up with, but then it just took on a life of its own and became its own thing because the people wanted it that way.
The thing is, Liam, that whilst the cinema thing is definitely your favourite part of the show, I don't think any of us would dispute that.
No.
I think that you have quite a large ego, and I think you talking about yourself in any capacity is probably up there in the bits you enjoy. So I think whilst it might not be your favourite part of the show, I think you like catching up with Jack and Liam.
It depends. It depends what I've done that week and what you've done that week.
What a good segue, Liam. What have you done this week?
Not a lot.
No, nothing?
I looked after my mum's dog on the weekend.
How did that go? Are you still allergic to your mum's dog?
Yeah, I have to take Claritin before I go and see her, which is fun.
Yep.
The thing about that, right, if I can just sort of diverge for 1 second.
I mean, are you diverging away from being allergic to your mum's dog? Because if you aren't, and you're talking about that, then you aren't actually diverging at all.
I'm diverging from talking about looking after him over the weekend.
Okay, just, yeah, sure.
But I'm still talking about a dog. The thing is, right, so we had a dog in the past, and then sadly he died, as dogs are known to do.
Yep.
And then we didn't have one for a little while, and I was like living at home at this time. And then I went off to uni. And I went off to uni in like September, let's say.
I think we've talked about this before, how your mum replaced you with a dog.
Yeah, I come back at Christmas and she's got a dog.
Yeah.
That I'm allergic to.
If you had to rank you and your mum's dog against like where they fall in your mum's sort of, love. I don't want to say love because that sounds mean.
Yeah.
If your mum were to have to choose, say there was a horrible fire.
Yeah.
And your mum had to pick you or the dog.
Yeah.
Which one do you think she'd go for?
Right, well, the problem with this scenario is she'd probably just assume that I could get myself out of that situation and then go for the dog. But she'd be wrong.
Okay, that's... Yeah. Yeah,
So,
so in a way, though, that does answer the question, Liam, because she doesn't know you well enough to know that you couldn't get out of a fire, which I would know.
Yeah. I think, like, that's different scenario. If someone, like, broke in while I was there and put a gun to, like, the head of me and the dog and was like, you have to choose.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She'd probably, say, sorry, Bailey, you're fired. And
why would she make a bad apprentice pun?
I just think she'd try and lighten the mood in that situation.
Okay, Alan Sugar breaks into your house, puts a gun to you and your dog's head.
Yeah, and he's like, when I was a lad, when I was 16, I made my own business by doing a paper round, and I earned 16 pence a week. And then
I invented Amstrad.
Yeah, and then, she'd probably choose the dog to get shot, and I'd live. But equally, I was replaced by a dog that I wouldn't mind. Okay, I don't mind being replaced by a dog. The thing that I don't like is the fact that I'm allergic to the dog.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Because it makes going home a very sneezy experience. And you've seen me have a sneezing fit before, right?
I feel like I have, yeah.
Yeah, like it's not. I'm not a normal like, one sneeze and I'm done. Like minimum 5. I've like genuinely sneezed for a solid hour before, and it was exhausting.
See, if I sneeze for too long, I just get a nosebleed.
Oh, I don't get that so much.
I always have a nosebleed though. So.
I know. I was going to actually ask you a question about driving.
Go on.
When you're driving, have you thought like, if I was to ever get pulled over, I could just smash myself in the face, cause a nosebleed, and then just be like, look, I was trying to get to a hospital?
I mean, no, I don't want to. I have an aversion to pain, Liam.
Right, but also, like, do you really want to get speeding fines?
I mean, ideally no, but then I don't speed, so...
How do you not speed? Like, genuinely.
Because I have, Liam, my insurance comes with a wonderful little box that goes in my car and tracks my driving.
Right. Yeah.
So it's really easy not to speed because I go, they'll just make me pay more.
Yeah, they will.
I'm a gold level driver, Liam.
Wow.
I don't know if there's a level above that, but who knows?
So the problem with looking after Bailey on the weekend is he is very attached to my mum and her other half. So anytime he hears like a noise outside the house, he gets hopeful and thinks maybe it's them coming back, and he starts barking in anticipation.
Got you.
So, you know, it was a weekend of that.
That's always fun.
Yeah, and then, to be fair, he did sleep in the bedroom with me, and I had a pretty good night's sleep. But honestly, that's like what I've done. Like, the exciting thing I've done is I had a good night's sleep while looking after a dog.
I mean, that is pretty boring.
Yeah.
You need to do something more exciting for next episode, please.
I'm taking next week off work.
Yeah, there you go. You've got perfect chance to go and do something exciting.
I won't. I'll just watch movies and shit.
No,
it'll be like when you took a week off
I want you to go and do
work.
something exciting, Liam.
Nah.
Liam, do it for the podcast.
You do it for the podcast. You do something exciting.
I have.
Go on then. What have you done?
I did a Disney movie marathon.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I stand corrected. That's very exciting.
You looked after a dog.
Yeah.
Mine wins, but only just.
Yeah. It's a very low bar that I set there.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's why I like you going first, because it lets me look good when you've had that week.
Right. I could do a follow-up. I did my first Call of Cthulhu Viking session.
Oh, yeah, with Knut Knutson, made famous by the hit podcast Nerd on Nerd.
Yeah.
How did it go? Did he die immediately?
Not yet, no. He's a bit of a maverick, you see. He throws caution to the wind. So, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you recommend it? Well, you've already recommended Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, Call of Cthulhu
so
I would 100% recommend over Dungeons & Dragons.
Fair enough.
Back to your Disney movie, man.
Good, okay. It was good, Liam. We watched a bunch of Disney films.
Which Disney films did you watch?
Mulan.
Never seen
Hercules.
I told you the story about that, but I'll repeat it for our listeners who
Please do.
aren't privy to our private conversations. When I was a wee lad, like, what year did Hercules come out?
No idea. Like 1990 something.
I want to say like 96, but that's a
I
guess.
remember going to see it in the cinema and getting a Disney cup.
It came out in 97, so I wasn't far off.
Yeah, so I was like 6, that makes sense.
I would have been 10.
Oh, such an adult.
I was at the age where when my friend said he wanted to do that for his birthday, I refused to go because I believe my mindset was, I'm not going to go see a film for babies.
Now that's weird, Liam, because 10 is an age that, you know, I think a lot of people were still into Disney films. I don't think 10's too old for Disney, is what I'm saying.
No, I was a very masculine 10-year-old, though.
Masculine's the wrong word. Did you mean mature?
Bit of both, really.
I don't think you were masculine.
Yeah,
I know you, Liam. I
Yeah.
can't picture you being a masculine 10-year-old.
Oh, yeah. I had no time for this Disney princess bullshit.
You were busy
Jack.
pumping iron.
Yeah, I was all about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I love the idea of you being like, oh, no, man, I'm too old for Disney. You go and see your kids' film. And then you go home and bust out a Raphael toy and you're like,
Right,
I'm
not being funny, but the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie is a lot darker and grittier than you remember it being.
No. I'm not even talking about the films, Liam. I'm talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the TV show. I was also into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, anyone with half a brain would be, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I think Hercules was a good Disney film. I think...
I refused to see it.
Why?
I thought it was for babies.
Yeah, but it's not, and you know that now.
Yeah, now I do, but I was
So
10
why are
at the
you...
time.
Oh, you did refuse to see it. I thought you said, I refuse to see it.
No,
you
I
won't
just...
ever see it.
No, I haven't got around to seeing it. So
I see,
I
right.
have it now, but I was working my way through my Disney films, like, in order,
God, yeah.
as I do, and obviously I was a long way to get to...
Out of
97.
interest, where did you get to in that? Because Disney definitely has, like, defined eras where the films are bad or good.
I got past the World War II era, where it was a lot of things they tried to ignore, like Make Mine Music.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and there's another one, that the Three Amigos, I think it was called.
I
So
see.
the lesser-known Disney films, if you will.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, and then I changed tact, and a website called Savvy were releasing them in steelbooks, and they weren't, like, in release order. They were just, I guess, whatever they could get the rights for. So I thought it'd be more fun to do it through the Zavi still recorder, because that was all over the place. So I can't remember what ones I saw. I think Dumbo was one of them. Yeah. And anyway, it got to a point where for some reason one of the Disney movies that Zavi released was Planes, which was a spin-off from Cars, I believe.
Yeah.
So then I had to go and start doing all the Pixar films so I could watch Planes. And that's kind of where I got to. I'm still doing the Pixar films.
Jesus, fair enough.
It's difficult being me, having to do things in certain orders.
Yeah, it is. You've got a problem.
Yeah.
Good comeback.
Thanks.
You got me. But yeah, so we did Mulan, Hercules, Liam.
Yeah.
Then we watched. I feel like there's one that I'm forgetting that I watched.
Okay.
And I can't think what it would be. I know we watched Wall-E.
Yeah.
Which you don't like.
It's not I don't like it. I was just disappointed by it.
I actively hate it.
I think it basically seeds this idea into young impressionable children that it's okay to doggedly pursue women.
You're sort of like one of those kids that sort of watches a theory thing on YouTube or reads an article, and then you're like, "Man, it's so clever the way they've analysed this film. I'm gonna repeat it."
No, this was just there's a lot I've read about WALL-E that is raving about how good it is. I very rarely read anything negative. So once again, I feel very alone in this opinion. But the point still stands.
No, I get what you say. I get your point on him being kind of creepy, except I don't think it's creepy in the way you think it is. But I do genuinely wonder if that is because you see the world through you know how some people wear rose tinted glasses.
Yeah, I wear.
You see it through a haze of black sort of rot.
I wear the glasses from They Live, where you put it on and you just see like consumerism everywhere and people with skull faces.
No, because that sort of implies you've broken out of the system and see the system for what it really is. I think it's definitely more like you wear glasses that someone's painted black and you're like...
The day I was born,
sucks.
There was a glitch in the Matrix and out
The day you were born, 1,000 women cried.
Yeah, in happiness.
No, in the rising of
They thought,
Lord.
give it 16 years and we're all in for a jolly good rogering.
I hate when you use old words. It's confusing and I don't like it.
What do you mean?
Like, I have this sort of mythology going, Liam, where I pretend that you're this ancient human being who refuses to die. But when you then say things like a jolly good rogering, it then sort of makes me wonder if I'm onto something.
Anyway, Disney movies, come on.
WALL-E, and then we watched Moana.
Do you want to talk about Moana?
No, not particularly, because you had a go at me.
No, I said you can talk about it, and this is the part where you talk about it. So it's brilliant, because I remember... when it was out at the cinema, I did a movie review for it, obviously.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And I recommended you go and see it.
Yeah.
And
I wanted to. I don't get this, because you said this when I told you that I'd watched it. You had this big old, like, well, I told you to watch it. And I responded with, yeah, and I wanted to go see it. I just didn't get the chance.
Yeah, so no, but what I'm saying is I'm pleased that my recommendation, that, you know, me thinking you would like it was a correct thought.
I see.
Yeah, so, you know, it's great though, isn't it?
It is. It's a really good film.
Like, The Rock is just... even
he's
animated, he's beautiful.
Well, sure. I don't know if I'd say that about Maui, but...
Well, the songs are good.
The songs are, mate, I can't stop listening to the soundtrack.
Yeah, both me and Kat had a bit of a phase where that happened. Have you learnt the little, like, breakdown yet to You're Welcome?
No, I probably couldn't do it by heart. I have been listening to mainly... There's a song called I Am Moana.
Yeah.
And I can't stop listening to the intro to that song because it gets me a little bit emotional every time.
Okay. Shiny is also good.
Shiny's great.
And, what's the other one? The big song from it, like Where We'll Go or something like that.
Yeah, I know what one you mean. The one that she sings.
Yeah.
About going to the horizon and seeing how big it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just good. They've just done good songs. They've made a good film.
The animation was really good.
Yes, yep.
Did you also see the short? Because I know, like, before the cinema, they obviously play it, so you have no choice. But I imagine if you watched it on, like, Blu-ray or something, it would be under the special features.
No, we didn't watch it.
What was it? It's about, like, a person's body, and it's, like, the heart and brain, and it's something along those lines, if I remember rightly. It's worth watching.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try and track it down.
It'll be on YouTube, for sure.
Yeah. That's what I did, Liam.
It sounds like a fun time, Jack.
It was pretty good, yeah.
Is that it for catching up with?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.